Today's world is a ruthless and unpredictable place. It will take all your skills, particularly soft skills, to set yourself apart from the global competition. Innovating broadly, thinking big picture, embracing inclusivity, communicating effectively, and adapting a new style of leadership. All these have become a necessity to ensure the success of young African lives, lives that hold steady the future of the continent. On the shores of West Africa, deep inside the Gold Coast of Ghana, is an institution raising young talent to have the flexibility to be hard and the strength to be soft. This is a story of what the future may look like. This is a story of the seeds of greatness.
Hello there, my name is Regina Fibadadzi and I'm a welder, a model, and an alumni of the Design and Technology Institute. So a couple of years ago, I was thinking of how to stabilize myself education-wise. So doing modeling for over some time, I saw that, hey, I need to really keep my feet grounded with education so that I can be a model of something. So I asked a friend, hey, is there not any art school in Ghana apart from KNUST?
My name is Farida Mohammed and currently I'm a social media manager, a graphic designer and a website developer at Image Ghana. So the first time I heard about DTI, I was in high school, and most of my friends were buying their university forms, filling it out and stuff. And I had no plan after high school. I didn't know what to do. And then I saw DTI's Instagram page and I decided to apply. So I told those same friends and then they were like, why should I go to a technical school if there are universities? Technical schools are for people who are not in schools, who are not in school yet. I was discouraged, honestly. I didn't want to come to DTI anymore. But looking at sitting at home for a long time doing nothing, it might lead to other stuff, which is talking me into marriage or other stuff that I don't want to do. So I went to DTI's Instagram page, went through the program outline, and I was so impressed. I really want to study design innovation.
Okay, I'm Angela Ekia Etifo. I'm an alumni of DTI 2021-2022 year, and I'm currently doing my internship at Gratis Foundation. So I completed Krobo Girls Senior High School in 2018, and afterwards it was tough because of financial situations. So I had to work to be able to secure fees for school. So I was doing shoddy jobs, working in shops for a while, and someone introduced an opportunity outside the country to work to be able to get more money to get to school fast. And this opportunity was supposed to be in Lebanon. So he processed everything, passport, papers, everything for me to travel, thinking it was going to be all Josie and cool. So when I got there, it wasn't like that. It was all about being a slave in someone's house, because apparently they've paid for everything. Your passport, they paid for it. So it's like they've bought yours or something. So I was able to manage for a while till I found out I was pregnant. When I was 4 months gone, my employer was like, I should have bought it because I've signed a 2-year contract with them to work. She tried and tried and I said no. So she took me back home and the harsh treatment became more.
It's just amazing how I've learned how to unlearn, to relearn how to tap into my, let's say, masculine energy and then the female energy or my feminine energy. So my feminine energy is where hey, you can be very feminine and do your modeling, wear heels, dress up, makeup, and then just hit the runway. And then tapping into my masculine energy is where you just put on your overall and then it's time for work, it's time to grind. Normal, or in this era where you're being told that, oh, she's a welder, okay, she's a welder, that's why she's gangly like that, she's muscled like that. You wouldn't see any bit of femininity in there, where she gets her hair done, or let's say get her nails done, or groom her brows, or like take skincare seriously. It's really fascinating how I'm like, hey, I'm very feminine, and then I can tap into my masculine energy and just wear my overalls and go hit the workshop. Oh, she's a female, especially when I cover up with my face shield. Oh, brand no hono. And person top bread, mommy. When I roll it up, hey, hey, sorry.
I feel at FIBA passion for our line of work is quite unique. So what I notice about FIBA is her attention to details particularly is one thing that I admire the most. Initially I was skeptical, but on her first day, as she put on her working gear and started working, I was very impressed. She didn't seem like someone who just started, but her dedication to the work, her passion, and the vigor that she brought to that working space that day made me understood that she knows what she is about. And then I tended to give her a more challenging work to see how far she is willing to go. And I must say, she did very well.
So being at DTI, I learned so much. I learned graphic designing, 3D design. The design innovation contains a whole lot of outlines, and I learned so much. And not just that, as I said, I learned soft skills as well about engaging with my peers, managing my time very wisely. I want to see myself working at Google, Adobe, Microsoft, and one of the big companies in. Coming from Nima Mamubi, looking around, there aren't much girls interested in the tech field. So I hope that this my journey will help all the girls or most of the girls in my community to pursue IT or to have a voice and be able to do whatever they want to do.
So when I got to Ghana, I was 8 months old, and so the next month I put to bed. So when the baby was 8 months old and I heard of DTI, I only heard of the welding and fabrication aspect of it. My dad was like, you can do it. I was like, no, looking at me and the energy I have lost, I can't do welding. But DTI didn't give up on me. They kept calling me, talking to me. The next day she called, she was like, okay, there's entrepreneurship and design of innovation, so I should choose one. And then come out like, entrepreneurship seems interesting because I've always wanted to own my own business. So with that one, then I wanted to school, and entering DTI, my life has never been the same because DTI taught me to be self-confident, be able to talk in public, which I was never able to do. I was a shy type, but DTI erased that shyness out of me.
Ever since Angie started working with us, she's actually been assigned a different role. Aside her major role, she's actually teaching, and her students are actually appreciating what she's doing for them in the sense of business and being business oriented. And it's quite fun to actually hear such info about someone who is interning at your company, that you're actually playing a good role in their life.
So stepping into DTI, it's been really influential. Getting to know the CEO, who is a woman, and she's very pretty, she's very humble, she's really hardworking, and she speaks so well that it's really inspiring. It is really influential. She has a commanding presence where when she speaks, everyone listens. It's really impressive. It's highly impressive that when I even talk about my school and then I talk about what I do, even as an entry level, I do talk to them about the CEO. Even our CEO is a woman. She's been doing this for like 22 years plus. So upon hearing these stories and how she transitioned, where she started from, where she is now, and still ongoing, I have noticed that she has paved a way for us all. And I believe that Miss Edna Swanica crawled so that she could nurture Miss Constance Swanica to walk so that we can run. So I believe that with this story, it has inspired me to carry on the mantle, to still go on and set the trailblazer for other girls to follow.
At DTI, we believe in a future where gender is no longer a barrier in accessing opportunities, regardless of the industry. That's why every year, 30% of our enrollment is reserved for girls daring enough to challenge the stereotype. We believe the art of life is a constant readjustment to our surroundings, and now more than ever, there is no gate, no lock, no bolt that the world can set upon the transformation of our minds.